Tomorrow is the release date for an inventive new novel from a critically acclaimed local author who, in this case, takes reader involvement to new levels. The book is titled All This and More, and it involves a main character who puts her future and the plot in the hands of the reader. Joining us now is the book's author, Phoenix native Peng Shepherd. Good to see you again. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You're quite the author here. I've had you on more than once here. This is, I got to tell you, this is really something here. Explain how you're supposed to read that novel.
Okay, well, so this is a story about happiness, regret, second chances. It's really the perfect summer read. And so I wanted to really bring readers into that, and not just have you reading the main character's adventure, but being able to experience what it would be like to try all of the paths not taken yourself. And so you can read All This and More straight through like a typical novel, but at certain points in the text, the book will ask you what the main character should change about her life, and if you want, you can decide.
And when you decide, what do you do? I mean, let's say I don't want to keep going through. I want to take option B. Do I jump ahead to B? Do I go behind it? How does it work?
Yes, so the book will tell you if you want, Marsh is the main character. If you want Marsh to do this, turn to this page. If you want Marsh to do that, keep reading.
Yeah, and Marsh is again a main character. She's looking for life. She wants to do a do-over. She's got some concerns and questions and regrets, maybe this kind of thing. And I mean, this is, you really, as the reader, you get to figure it out for her a little bit, right?
A little bit, and also I hope a little bit for yourself too, So as you go through and you help Marsh figure out what in her own past, does she regret, what would she like to change, how does she want her future to be? Hopefully you think a little bit too about the choices that you have made in the past and what you might do differently and what you would never change for the world. And
now she gets this opportunity by way of, correct me if I'm wrong, like a TV, like a game show? Is that what it was?
Yes, exactly.
So it has a Hunger Games feel to it here. What's going on here?
So it is a mysterious new game show. It has a futuristic tech that allows, so what happens is basically once a year, somewhere in the world, the show chooses a person, a contestant, and it can send that contestant back to very specific moments in their past where they have a regret, and then allow them to make a different decision. And that sort of bends reality to make it real and really change their present life.
I mean, I'm hearing quantum physics here. I'm hearing
a little bit. It's not that heady.
Okay. Schrodinger's cat is not involved in any of this.
No. But it does. It's really more about asking yourself, what would you do if you were in Marsh's shoes? If you were given this do-over, what would you change about your life, and what are the moments you'd go back to?
What sent you in this direction? I mean, was it the idea of regret, looking back, having different options, and then how do I put it on the page?
A little bit. I mean, it wasn't so much regret, but I am going to be turning 40 in a couple years, which is a big milestone birthday. And so I have been doing a lot of thinking about, the path that my life has led so far and where it's going next. And I think it's really natural to start reflecting on those questions.
So how was the writing process? I mean, it sounds like you wrote 4 different novels here.
Maybe more. It was really challenging, but it was also really, really fun because they're all versions of the same story, and they're all equally true to the main character. So they're very, everything is kind of connected, even if it doesn't seem like it at first.
Right, and when you're done with the novel, you realize, I mean, what, you could go back and read it again and go a different path? Is that possible? Can you do that?
You can if you want, but also there could be something to be said for you finish it once, and that is your choice, because
yes.
That's how life is. Sometimes you only get one way through.
You can't get back on the game show again. It's
nope.
You're not repeat guest or anything.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself working the plot to adapt to the technique, or was the technique kind of configured to match you know what I mean? Because it seems like the plot's a big deal in every novel.
It is.
But this one's kind of teeter-tottering a little bit.
It is, yeah, and that was a big challenge about it, but it was very important to me that the story be about the character and about her life, and so I had to make the structure work for that.
So what was that process like, writing? Would you, I mean, writers, you know that, you discard stuff all the time. Can you even discard anything when it could be a possible Second Avenue.
Oh, we have so many paths that we didn't end up using.
Really?
Yep.
You and Marsh, in other words.
Me and Marsh,
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So when the initial reaction, and again, the book is released tomorrow, but those of us who got, and I tried to go through this, and I thought, you know what, I need to settle down with this, and I don't have time because you're coming in next week. But for those who have read this, what kind of response have you had from the reader copy, the early readers?
People they're just having so much fun with it, and they're saying it was such an adventure, or it really made me think about my own life in a way that I hadn't before. It made me really grateful for my own life,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
really nice to hear.
And I would imagine now, I think we talked about this before the show, now you're probably in the midst of another novel, correct?
I am halfway through the first draft.
When you get that far past this particular effort, do you see it differently? Does it feel different?
It does. I think now that it's done, I can step back and I can see all the paths for what they are. Because before, when I was down in the weeds,
Yes.
it was really, I was in the weeds with Marsh.
Was it difficult keeping track of all the I mean, it's difficult to keep track of a plot to begin with, but I mean, all these was it difficult?
It was, but believe it or not, I did not have an outline the whole time.
Oh, come on.
Because I thought, if I have an outline, I'm going to start engineering this in a way that isn't true for the character. So if it all can live in my head, it's got to be real to her.
And I was going to ask about, was there any time in the process where you thought, the bite was a little bigger than I can chew?
Oh, sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, you think that with any novel anyway, though.
Right.
It's a very, very long game, and you're never really sure until you actually finish it that you can pull it off.
Well, congratulations on this. Last question here. What do you want folks to take from such an effort?
Oh, that's a great question. I would love if it made everyone think about their own lives in a way that made them appreciate the choices they've made, even the ones that might not be so great, because there is no way to go back through. We all only get one playthrough, and that's what makes it so special.
Yeah, well, congratulations again on your latest novel, or
Thank
latest
you.
effort. Thanks again for stopping by and sharing it with us. Ping Shepherd, All This and More. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. All different ways. Whatever path you take, good luck.